Welcome back. In this video we are going to cover just a few chapters of Genesis. We're going to cover Genesis chapter 34. We're going to look at Dinah. Genesis chapter 35, as God is speaking to Jacob. Genesis chapter 36, where we are going to end with the description of Edom or Esau. So let's proceed. Genesis chapter 34, verse 1. And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. She must have been bored, only daughter. Went out to see the daughters of the land. Wanted to find out whether there are other women or just to interact with other women. Verse 2. And when Shechem the son of Hamor the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and defiled her. Quite unfortunate. This is a prayer for your children, the women, for God to protect the women against the gender-based violence. Alright? It's a sad thing, and it's something that should not be happening. But it only takes the hand of God to protect our children. Anyway, we proceed. And his soul clave unto Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the damsel, and spake kindly unto the damsel. Alright? His soul clave unto Dinah, the daughter of Jacob. He fell in love with the daughter. And Shechem spake unto his father Hamor, saying, Get me this damsel to wife. This must have been the tradition of the people in this area, right? And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah his daughter. Now his sons were with his cattle in the field, and Jacob held his peace until they were come. Jacob here is using wisdom to deal with the matter. And Hamor the father of Shechem went out unto Jacob to commune with him. And the sons of Jacob came out of the field when they heard it, and the men were grieved, and they were very wroth, because he had wrought folly in Israel in lying with Jacob's daughter, which thing ought not to be done. It's a painful thing, right? And Hamor communed with them, saying, The soul of my son Shechem longeth for your daughter. I pray you give him to wife. And make ye marriages with us, and give your daughters unto us, and take our daughters unto you, and ye shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade ye therein, and get your possessions therein. And Shechem said unto her father and unto her brethren, Let me find grace in your eyes, and what ye shall say unto me I will give. Ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as ye shall say unto me, but give me the damsel to wife. Right? This is now Shechem making that dowry or negotiation to have the daughter Dinah rightfully. Okay, and in exchange, because now this is the land, a foreign land, and then they would give Jacob better terms of trading and all that. Okay, so let's see what happens. Verse 13. And the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor his father deceitfully, and said, because he had defiled Dinah their sister. They're still now in pain, and they won't let this matter go. And they said unto them, We cannot do this thing, to give our sister to one that is uncircumcised. For that were a reproach unto us. So now they're using the circumcision card from Abraham to make this deal go through. But in this will, verse 15, but in this will we consent unto you, if ye will be as we be, that every male of you be circumcised, then we will give our daughters unto you, and we will take your daughters to us, and we will dwell with you, and we will be come one people. But if ye will not hearken unto us to be circumcised, then we will take our daughter, and we will be gone. And their words pleased Hamor and Shechem, Hamor's son. And the young man deferred not to do the thing, because he had delight in Jacob's daughter, and he was more honorable than all the house of his father. So we are given now a better character of Shechem, being honorable. And yes, he has lived with Dinah, but he has offered to go and marry the lady the right way. So technically speaking, he is now trying to. The man is in love. He had done a bad thing before. He's now trying to. What can we say? He's not trying to make right, the wrongs, if we may. Okay. And their words pleased Hamor and Shechem, Hamor's son. And the young man deferred not to do the thing, because he had delight in Jacob's daughter, and he was more honorable than all the house of his father. So he's now proceeding to marry the lady the right way. Okay. But he had done the wrong way in the first place. So this one is a turnaround, or a turntable on the side of Shechem. But it does not right the wrong. Okay, because the brothers of Dinah are still offended by this action. Okay, but see what happens now. And Hamor and Shechem his son came into the gate of their city, and communed with the men of their city, saying, These men are peaceably with us. Therefore let them dwell in the land, and trade therein. For the land, behold, it is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us for wives, and let us give them our daughters. Only herein will the men consent unto us for to dwell with us, to be one people, if every male among us be circumcised as they are circumcised. Shall not their cattle and their substance and every beast of theirs be ours? Only let us consent unto them, and they will dwell with us. And unto Hamor and unto Shechem his son hearkened all that went out of the gate of the city, and every male was circumcised, all that went out of the gate of the city. The warriors, the soldiers, everyone, all male, they complied with this agreement for Shechem and Hamor. Oh, okay. This calls for wisdom. For people have done this before. In this country, we call it come, we stay. And when we stay, and when all is agreed, then the assumption, it is assumed that you are married. It is a dangerous thing, because when you do that, then your souls are cloven together, in this case, but spiritually things are not set right, and also traditionally things are not also set right. So it is prudent for those who are intending to marry to do a background check of both families and do the right procedure. All right, and so that the whole thing is blessed by God, and the parents are aware of who is who. All right, so that you avoid such scenarios. Right, we will delve into the matter of procreation and how sacred it is and how it ought to be done, so that to avoid such things as this being done here by Shechem. Let's proceed, because now the brothers will do something here that will cause a lot of pain to the father and to the family of this gentleman. Okay. And when there is no record of Dinah running out, trying to run away, again, that's very interesting. And there's no record of Dinah resisting this matter. Let's just look at the perspective here. It was not done right, but the man is in love with the lady. Okay, see what happens. Verse 25. And it came to pass on the third day, when they were saw that two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brethren, took each man his sword. You see, now the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, would be now from the same mother, who would be Leah. Okay? Because Reuben was the first, Simeon was the second son, Levi was the third born, Judah was the fourth, Issachar the ninth, Zebulun the 10th son, and Dinah. But all these were they were from the line of Leah. So you have Dinah, and you have Simeon, and you have Levi. So verse 25 says, and it came to pass on the third day, when they were saw that two of the sons of Jacob, that is Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brethren, took each man his sword, and came upon the city boldly, and slew all the males. And they slew Hamor and Shechem his son with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house, and went out. Okay, that's what they did. That's what they did. Verse 27, the sons of Jacob came upon the slain and spoiled the city, because they had defiled their sister. This is now revenge. Okay, they took their sheep and their oxen and their asses and these are donkeys and that which was in the city and that which was in the field, and all their wealth and all their little ones and their wives took they captive, and spoiled even all that was in the house. They probably even sold some of these people as slaves. Verse 30, and Jacob said to Simeon, and Levi, ye have troubled me to make me to stink among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanites and the Perizzites, and I being few in number, they shall gather themselves together against me and slay me, and I shall be destroyed, I and my house. This is now why Jacob was playing, being careful of how to deal with the matter. Then this is the response of these children. Verse 31. And they said, should he deal with our sister as with an harlot? So that is the justification they had for going to this to do this revenge. But now this act, yes, was criminal, but was it considered punishable by death? We shall look at the books of Exodus and Deuteronomy when we reach there, then we see. All right. But now, one of the things would have been marry the lady, but these ones were not supposed to go and kill the entire village. So that's the thing they did wrong about it. And Jacob would be wrote with the story. Okay. Let's look at chapter 35. So that is what happened to Dinah. Okay. That is what happened to the children of Jacob. They did revenge, but they ought to have waited and gotten advice from the father, which is Jacob. Genesis chapter 35. And God said unto Jacob, arise. Now here, God is now speaking now to Jacob and giving him solutions in times of trouble. Because this thing, you've wiped up a whole town of people, and tensions are high politically. They will retaliate in a normal scenario, but some miracle happens here. Let's see. And God said unto Jacob. Now here God is telling Jacob directly. Okay, this is very important for you to work with God, because now God is now giving Jacob solutions. And look at what he tells Jacob. Arise, go up to Bethel, back to Bethel, and dwell there, and make thee there an altar unto God, that appeared unto thee when thou fleedest from the face of Esau, thy brother. Go back there and get a solution. When he was in trouble, you see same trouble, you also want to flee. Right? Verse 2. Then Jacob said unto his household, and to all that were with him, put away the strange gods that are among you, and be clean, and change your garments. Be pure. Right? Put away all these gods, because they will not help you in times of war. Purify yourself because you're going to meet God. Cleanliness and godliness go hand in hand. Okay, you will see when you go to Leviticus, Deuteronomy, like that. There are very nice terms and conditions where you're very, very clean people. Okay. Then verse 3, and let us arise and go up to Bethel, and I will make there an altar unto God, who answered me in the day of my distress, and was with me in the day of which I went. Verse 4, and they gave unto Jacob all the strange gods which were in their land, and all their earrings which were in their ears, and Jacob hid them under the oak which was by Shechem. And they journeyed, and the terror of God. Now look at number 4. And all these, some of these must have been taken from the plunder in this area of Shechem, because now there's earrings, gold, and all that, but these are mortal gods, all right, or diviner items, if you may, or witchcraft, if you understand. Verse 5, and they journeyed, and the terror. Now this is very interesting. And they journeyed, and the terror of God was upon the cities that were around them, and they did not pursue after the sons of Jacob. The fear of God was upon now these other people. As Jacob was moving with the family, the fear of God was around the enemy, the people around. So anyone who was thinking of touching them, they feared, because they knew this man was with God. The fear of God was in them. May the fear of God be around your enemies. Today is as easy as that. Very easy. Verse 6. So Jacob came to Luz, which is Bethel, which is in the land of Canaan, that is Bethel, he and all the people that were with him. Verse 7, and he built there an altar and called the place El Bethel, because there God appeared unto him when he fled from the face of his brother. But Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, died, and she was buried beneath Bethel under an oak, and the name of it was called Al-Lon-Ba-Chut. This Deborah must have been the nurse of Rebekah, is the nurse of Rebekah, right? Must have been very, very close to to Jacob as a mother, as it is. Verse 9, and God appeared unto Jacob again when he came out of Paddan Aram, and blessed him. Another blessing. Look at verse 10. And God said unto him, thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. So now God is now officially again changing the name. And God said unto him, now God, like literally now changing his name, because the other time was an angel, which was part of God as well. Or we can say same spirit. Verse 11, and God said unto him, I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins. God is now reiterating he is God Almighty, and is now giving him command of same like Adam and Abraham, and even Noah. Be fruitful and multiply, and a nation fill the earth, and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins. You see, these things are given by God. This verse 11, it's a powerful verse, because it now gives us precedence of the whole book, which is the Bible. Simple as that. Simple as that, because God now is giving this man authority, and you know how many kings, so many kings will come out of this man. All these are power, and everything comes from God, and God knows who will sit on which crown when. By the time God is saying this, God already knows the future of Israel. So it's like, look at the book. I'm at this page. I have read to you. And God said unto him, I am God Almighty, be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins. This is verse 11. I have read to you as at now, verse 11. But now God knows what happens to these other pages. So by the time he's speaking to this man, he knows the A to Z, the Alpha and the Omega. He knows everything. So he's sending him because he knows the whole story. He knows. You want to know your whole story, just link up with God. Like that. Just link up with God, and he will help you. Okay? And he will help you. Just link up with God, and God will help you. God will help you to know your future. Okay, let's proceed. And verse 12, and the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac, to thee I will give it, and to thy seed after thee will I give the land. And God went up from him in the place where he talked with him. And God went up from him in the place where he talked with him. It is personal. How nice is it to have conversation with God directly? Okay. Beautiful thing. And Jacob set up a pillar in the place. Now look at verse 12. And the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac, to thee I will give it, and to thy seed after thee will I give the land. Again, it's how powerful the verse is, because it just talks about the rest of what will happen. Verse 14. And Jacob set a pillar in the place where he talked with him, even a pillar of stone, and he poured a drink offering thereon, and he poured oil thereon, just to anoint and make the place holy, and also to have a place that he can remember, this is the place where I met God, because the land is so big, so it's like a landmark. Okay, and Jacob called the name of the place where God spake with him Bethel. All right, that is verse 15. Right, Bethel. Now the birth of Benjamin. Someone will die here. And they journeyed from Bethel, and there was built a little way to come to Ephrath, and Rachel travailed, and she had hard labor. Verse 17. And it came to pass, when she was in hard labor, that the midwife said unto her, Fear not, thou shalt have this son also. And it came to pass, as her soul was in departing, for she died, that she called his name Benoni, but his father called him Benjamin. This is very, very important. This lady is dying. And as he's dying, she wants to call the son, the newborn baby, son of my sorrow. That's a negative name. Okay. And here the father decides to change the name to Benjamin, meaning right hand son. It's a positive. So this is a negative which is being turned to a positive. That's how powerful fathers are. And the name, how you name your child is very important. So if you are a father and you're almost getting a child, select a good name that's biblical, that means male, positive name. Always know the meaning of the name before you give the name to a child. And the father can change the name, because the authority here is with the father, as Jacob has done it. Okay, you will also see this thing play out in the New Testament, where John the Baptist is being born. Right, you'll see that kind of thing there as well. So names are very, very important. So this is what happened in verse 18. Rachel dies, and when she's giving birth, names the baby Benoni, the father changes it to Benjamin. Right, verse 19. And Rachel died and was buried in the way to Ephrath, which is Bethlehem, and Jacob set a pillar upon her grave, that is the pillar of Rachel's grave, unto this day. I believe this place still exists as such. Okay. Right, let's look at verse 21. And Israel journeyed and spread his tent beyond the tower of Edom. You can see here Israel now is not, we're referring him to now as Israel, and he's in journeying, and the fact that he's still in journeying with tents and all that, they had to bury Rachel along the way on the road, like beside the road, like that. So that's how it happened. Okay. And Israel journeyed and spread his tent beyond the tower of Edom. And it came to pass, when Israel dwelt in that land, that Reuben went and lay with Bilhah his father's concubine, and Israel had it. Now the sons of Jacob were 12. This is again another sad event that is happening here, a very terrible one and a very disgusting one. Now, if you look at Reuben, is the firstborn of Jacob. Reuben is the firstborn of Leah. Now, Leah was the first one to lay with Jacob. Now, Rachel was the second one, because they are sisters. Now, there was beef or a tug of war between Rachel and Leah. Now, Rachel is dead. Leah is left We have no record of Leah dying as at now. Now, Rachel had a concubine or a handmaid called Bilhah, and the one for Leah was called Zilpah. So the bond between Zilpah and Leah was stronger, just like the bond between Bilhah and Rachel. So in a way, you can say that Rachel equals Bilhah, and Leah equals Zilpah in terms of handmaid. If you time that. So now here you have a son who is on the side of Leah. Decides to lay with Bilhah. I don't know now, this is now to get back to the father for not having a good relationship with Leah or to get back to the lineage of Rachel, just to defile the whole handmaid manner. Okay, because this is becoming a very disgusting manner of thing done by Reuben. When you look at Bilhah is now the mother of Dan and Naphtali. Okay, and now Reuben has defiled that line like that. You understand? That has happened. We'll see whether there is offerings to that, but that is what happened. So this is the thing that comes when you marry more than one woman. You create a lot of trouble in the side of the women. The man has no problem as such, but the part of the women is the one that is drama. Especially look at this, and I told you this is very dramatic. How would now Reuben just jump? Because he had a reason, his intention, and that is one of it. You understand? And he will be cast because of this, because it's bad. Okay, and you will see something of the sort done by Judah with the children. You also see something of the sort done by Absalom in the case of David. And the story for Absalom is also very, very strange. Okay, so this man called Reuben will be cast. We'll see what happens in Genesis chapter 49 when now the father is dying, when Israel is dying. You'll see something there. All right. And when you go into 2 Samuel there, you will see the story of Absalom. So this is something also. It's a complicated manner of life here when you have to mix all those things together. Let's proceed. Now, verse 23, the sons of Leah, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and Simeon, and Levi, and Judah, and Issachar, and Zebulun. The sons of Rachel, Joseph, and Benjamin. Benjamin is the last born. The sons of Bilhah, Rachel's handmaid, Dan and Naphtali, and the sons of Zilpah, Leah's handmaid, Gad and Asher. These are the sons of Jacob which were born to him in Padan Aram. And Jacob came unto Isaac his father, unto Mamre finally, unto the city of Arba, which is Hebron, where Abraham and Isaac sojourned. And the days of Isaac 180 years, and Isaac gave up the ghost and died, and was gathered unto his people, being old and full of days, and his sons Esau and Jacob buried him. Beautiful, because now the two sons are in peace together, and they have buried the father the right way to be done, where the children now are burying the parent. Okay, this is a very good blessing to Isaac, because he has very grown old and has seen grandchildren, and is being buried by the children. He is not burying his own children. You understand? There's no untimely death in this manner, except maybe for the story of Rachel. Okay. Now look at this man is about 180, if I'm not wrong. Okay. They are about the cave of Machpelah. So let's look at Genesis chapter 36, which is the last one for this video. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. Now we are now shifting to Esau's descendants, because after this we would see the story of Esau in maybe Chronicles, right? Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan: Ada, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and Aholibama, the daughter of Anna, the daughter of Zibeon the Hivite, and Bashmath, Ismail's daughter, sister of Nebajoth. Remember, now we are here. And Ada bare to Esau Eliphaz, and Bashmath bare Reuel, and Aholibama bare Jeush, and Jalam, and Korah. These are the sons of Esau, which were born unto him in the land of Canaan. And Esau took his wives, and his sons, and his daughters, and all the persons of his house, and his cattle, and all his beasts, and all his substance, which he had got in the land of Canaan, and went into the country from the face of his brother Jacob. Now verse 7 is very important, and is very powerful. Listen to it. For their riches were more than that they might dwell together, and the land wherein they were strangers could not bear them because of their cattle. Both of them were so rich that they had to part ways. So this is very, very nice, because now the enmity is over. They are now blessed. So the words that were spoken by Isaac have come to pass. If Esau had not cried for another blessing by that day, this would not have happened. So these words have come to pass. Now we no longer have Esau and Jacob. We have Esau and Israel. Blessed parties, two blessed parties. So I will read verse 7 again, so you can partake of this blessing. For their riches were more than that they might dwell together, and the land wherein they were strangers could not bear them because of their cattle. May this also be your portion, in the name of Jesus Christ. Thus dwelt, verse 8, thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of Edomites, in Mount Seir. I'm going to read just through. Nothing much to learn here, is just a whole now history of Esau. Then we can end. Verse 9. And these are the generation of Esau, the father of Edomites, in Mount Seir. These are the names of Esau's sons: Eliphaz, the son of Eda, the wife of Esau; Reuel, the son of Bashemath, the wife of Esau. And the sons of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, and Gatam, and Kenaz. And Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek. These were the sons of Eda, Esau's wife. And these are the sons of Reuel, Nahad, and Zerah, and Shammah, and Mizah. These are the sons of Bashemath, Esau's wife. Verse 14. And these were the sons of Aholibama, the daughter of Anna, the daughter of Zibeon, Esau's wife. And she bare to Esau Jeush, and Jalam, and Korah. 15. These were the dukes of the sons of Esau, the sons of Eliphaz, the firstborn son of Esau: Duke Timan, Duke Omar, Duke Zepho, Duke Kenaz, Duke Korah, Duke Gatam, and Duke Amalek. These are the dukes that came of Eliphaz in the land of Edom. These were the sons of Ada. Verse 17. And these are the sons of Reuel, Esau's son: Duke Nahath, Duke Zerah, Duke Shammah, Duke Mizah. These are the dukes that came of Reuel in the land of Edom. These are the sons of Bashemath, Esau's wife. Verse 18. And these are the sons of Aholibama, Esau's wife: Duke Jeush, Duke Jalam, Duke Korah. These were the dukes that came of Aholibama, the daughter of Anna, Esau's wife. Verse 19. These are the sons of Esau, who is Edom, and these are their dukes. Verse 20. These are the sons of Seir, the Horite, who inhabited the land: Lotan, and Shobal, and Zibeon, and Anna, and Dishon, and Ezer, and Dishan. These are the dukes of the Horites, the children of Seir, in the land of Edom. Verse 22. And the children of Lotan were Hori and Hemam, and Lotan's sister was Timnah. Verse 23. And the children of Shobal were these: Alvan, and Manahath, and Ebal, Shepho, and Onam. And these are the children of Zibeon, both Ajah and Anna. This was that Anna that found the mules in the wilderness, as he fed the asses of Zibeon his father. Verse 25, and the children of Anah were these, Dishon and Aholibamah, the daughter of Anah. And these are the children of Dishon, Hemdan and Eshban and Ithran and Cheram. The children of Ezer are these, Bilhan and Zavan and Akan. The children of Dishan are these, Uz and Aran. These are the dukes that came of the Horites, Duke Lotan, Duke Shobal, Duke Zibeon, Duke Anah. Verse 30, Duke Dishon, Duke Ezer, Duke Dishan. These are the dukes that came of Hori among their dukes in the land of Seir. Verse 31, and these are the kings that reigned in the land of Edom before there reigned any king over the children of Israel. And Bela, the son of Beor, reigned in Edom, and the name of his city was Dinhabah. And Bela died, and Jobab, the son of Zerah of Bozrah, reigned in his stead. And Jobab died, and Husham of the land of Temani reigned in his stead. And Husham died, and Hadad the son of Bedad, who smote Midian in the field of Moab, reigned in his stead. And the name of his city was Avith. And Hadad died, and Samlah of Masrekah reigned in his stead. And Samlah died, and Saul of Rehoboth by the river reigned in his stead. And Saul died, and Baal-Hanan the son of Achbor reigned in his stead. And Baal-Hanan the son of Achbor died, and Hadar reigned in his stead. And the name of his city was Pau, and his wife's name was Mehetabel, the daughter of Matred, the daughter of Mezahab. And these are the names of the dukes that came of Esau according to their families, after their places, by their names: Duke Timnah, Duke Alva, Duke Jethet, Duke Aholibamah, Duke Elah, Duke Pinon, Duke Kenaz, Duke Teman, Duke Mibzar, Duke Magdiel, Duke Iram. These be the dukes of Edom, according to their habitations in the land of their possession. He is Esau, the father of the Edomites. That marks the end of the video. And that section is quite important genealogical, right? And it's as easy as that. Point to note is when you look at between verse 33 and 39 of this Genesis chapter 36, you'll see one verse saying, for instance, verse 33, and Bela died, and Jobab the son of Zerah of Bozrah reigned in his stead. One verse carries a lot of weight, an entire period of a ruler just being carried by one verse. It's quite interesting also to look at it from that perspective. Okay, how time flies through verses. One verse is universe. One verse is carrying a lot of time in compaction. A whole lot of wisdom in that verse. Okay, that's it. So thank you for staying put. Let's meet in the other video, which will now look at Genesis chapter 37. We have a couple of videos, maybe 2, 3, then we can end the book of Genesis and we can dwell with the book of Exodus. So see you on the next one.